Well, hello. Guess who got himself a microphone today? That's me. This is John B. Parker in my hardcore world here. You guys have probably seen a few of the videos I've already posted. Those were really just tests to kind of see if I could, if I enjoyed the recording of the videos and whatnot. I haven't really figured out the whole editing thing yet, so y'all have to bear with me here. But, we got ourselves a nice little cow farm for some leather. We got the sheep farm. We got the wheat farm because you have to have a wheat farm. If you have cows and sheep, just a little tour here now. I guess I'm kind of a hermit, or what's the proper term? Gypsy, I guess. I don't necessarily like to have one base in one specific spot. I'm not that great a builder anyway, so I kind of just throw my stuff outside and light up the area and let it be. So, a little background here for this world was this was basically the spawn somewhere here. Maybe it was a couple blocks over that way, but this area here was just littered with oak trees. And how did this cow get out? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kill this cow, because I don't want to take the time to try and get him in there and have all them get loose. Anyway, this area here was littered. I mean, like every 3 or 4 blocks, there was just oak trees and birch trees. You can see a little bit of them over there. And so for like the first 2 hours of me playing in this world, I was literally just cutting down trees. And it was kind of a drag. It was kind of boring. But, hey, it is what it is. I don't necessarily like having a bunch of trees in my way, and I'm a little too lazy to try and just run around and try and find a flat plains area. So, and anyway, even in those areas, you have a bunch of trees anyway. So, I made this my own flat plains area, sort of. But you can see that there's a giant mountain here that's also an extreme hills biome, I want to say. Let's take a look here. Right now we're in the forest, and there's a river, and if we go into what we have here, it's just mountains. Okay, so I guess it's not necessarily extreme hills. Anyway, I have my little miniature super smelter, which is not really a super smelter. It's kind of like a derpy smelter, I like to call it, I guess. I ended up getting a couple of some wolves tamed because, hello hardcore, you need some wolves. And, AFK fish farm for all the fishies. I ended up breaking my fishing rod because I didn't get one with mending. And I wasn't lucky, I got this one here, but it didn't get mending on it. So the whole fishing rod thing doesn't really pan out too well. So I need to find some more spiders, get some more string. This is my storage area. I just started this a few hours ago, and probably gonna get some item frames to go on here, on each one of these. I might end up extending this even farther back to have more storage. You kind of accumulate things in survival mode, and it's always nice to have a bunch of chests around. I haven't really ventured off too far. It's just kind of like I ventured a little bit past there and a little bit over there. It's just kind of like a chain of islands, almost. You have the big mountainous area right here. You have this area right here, which is kind of a flat area, so I decided to start here. But then there's just like water all around. Everything's like a river. So I kind of made a derpy bridge just to get over here. Oh, and this area was also littered with trees that I decided to chop down. Screw these big ones, though, These big ones here are a pain in the butt to chop down in vanilla Minecraft. You don't have the ore excavation mod, which would be a fantastic thing if Mojang decided to add that in the future. Some form of that, like a tool that you could have, similar to the Tinker's Construct. One they have, you just knock out one and it knocks them all down. Don't make it like easy enough to get right off the bat, but I don't necessarily have any plans for this area as of yet, but in my hunt for cows, I had to go all around here, and then I'm, derpy bridge after derpy bridge. This is just a tiny little island. I decided not to chop any of the trees down because there wasn't any cows, so it wasn't worth it. And then, this is basically kind of what the initial starting spawn looked like, right? Trees everywhere. Just a pain in the butt. So many spots for mobs to spawn at nighttime and then hide during the daytime. And, you know, in hardcore mode, you kind of want to make sure you're as safe as possible. So, you know, I got myself some iron armor. I can't afford the diamonds yet, you know, but I ended up getting this sweet fortune pick. If y'all watched the last episode and saw that, I know it might seem like I was cheesing it a little bit because I literally just popped it in there and there was fortune, but that's actually what happened. There was no cheese in it. And to prove that, I ended up just getting a Bane of Arthropods sword, which kind of trash, you know, but what can you say, you know? I did get this off of fishing, so this bow here is not too bad, you know, power 4 unbreaking 3. I don't have any arrows to fire, you know, and I don't have infinity on a book yet, you know, but those are all things that come with time, right? So this is a weird little island, right? It's just like a little circle with a pond in the middle. It's like, who needs a pond when you have all of this water? You know, I guess the random spawn chunks decided that little island there needed a pond because there wasn't enough water. Anyway, so, you know, I was trying to find cows because obviously I like to get the enchanting set up first. Like right as soon as I can, I try to get the enchanting set up in any kind of world. Even if it's modded Minecraft, I try to get tools enchanted. You know, if there's no Tinker's Construct, then that's a little bit more hard, you know. But, you know, this was like, it's like an extreme hills / forest biome here, which was a little crazy. And gosh, I hate grass. I hate the overgrown grass. This bothers me so much. Trying to fight mobs, and, you know, you go to swing your sword and you hit the grass instead of them. Oh, don't fall. There we go. So I ended up making it all the way back over to here, and then I think up on top of this hill I ended up finding 2 cows. So that was really nice to get that going. And also there was a couple of sheep, so I figured, you know what, mutton is not the best food, you know, obviously steak is probably the best food in vanilla Minecraft. But hey, you know, you never know when you're gonna need wool. And you know, it's a I got the wheat farm going for the cows. You know, the wheat farm produces enough to feed a whole, you know, two farms worth. So let's go ahead and go into our base here, which is I know diorite, granite, all this stuff. There's probably andesite somewhere, even the gravel. Oh, there's andesite right here, even the gravel. I don't necessarily care. I'm not one of those not one of those guys that really cares about that. I only put the wooden planks there for the or the half slabs down so I don't have to jump every time I go up, you know, just kind of a convenience thing. So you know, got my anvil so I could basically so I could make this. This was basically an Unbreaking 3 and a Curse of Vanishing and a Lure 2 Luck of the Sea 2. There's 3 different fishing rods I combined into one. So not too bad. What do I got? I got some stuff in here. It's not bad. You know, the one downside that you don't have, or that you have with these super smelters versus just smelting stuff normally, is oh good lord, that's a hole. Is you don't get the experience points unless you're standing right here, or actually I don't even think you get the experience points anyway. If you pull in out of a hopper. If you're using a hopper to pull out of a furnace, you don't get the experience from smelting things. So that's a little, it's a little, I guess, I mean, if you're relying on experience from a furnace, then you got bigger problems. But I digress. So I haven't really moved any of the stuff into my storage room yet. You know, I'm kind of really just, it takes a while to dig that out. And what the great thing about this, Efficiency 4 came with the Unbreaking 3, and the Efficiency 4 and the Fortune 3 came together, and I already had an Unbreaking 3 pickaxe. You guys saw that in the last episode. The Efficiency 4 really helps, even without a beacon. It's tremendous. So, you can do a lot with with an enchanted pickaxe. A lot more than you think you can. So I'm gonna need some more string to upgrade, you know, fishing rods, because that's only got 2 durability left. That'll probably last like four casts, and the odds of getting another fishing rod that I can combine with this one in 4 casts is not that great. So I kind of did have these separated out. I got the wheat and saplings and seeds and sugarcane. There used to be a sugarcane farm all around this island just like that, until I realized that you only need sugarcane for books or sugar, and that's really only good for like trading with villagers. And as you can see, I don't have any villagers to trade with as of right now. Double smelting cobblestone results in the smooth stone. Single smelting gives you the regular stone. I don't really care for that. That's a 1.14 change, I believe. That you can't make smooth stone slabs, or the stone slabs look differently now, right? You do this, it gives you just a straight half a block of this, which I don't think looks that great. It used to be this, just a few short months ago. This right here is what 3 of these used to look like, and that kind of upsets me. Now you have to double your fuel for that, and I don't really care for that, but you put 4 of these, you still get the stone bricks. That's fine, and you can see I got a ton of wood here that I've used a lot of this in the construction of my bridge. I'm not that great a builder, obviously. I said that before, but my bridge here, I used some, a bunch of wood, and then obviously I'm there. But if we come up here and we look up on top of this mountain, is initially where I wanted to set my base, because I recently watched Captain America, the First Avenger, and in that movie, the bad guys have a mountain base and everything like that, and I was like, that's really cool. I might want to just replicate that. Then I remembered that that makes your mine have to dig way farther down, if you want to mine. Ooh, I didn't even show you guys the mine. So that's why this crafting table is up here. I might leave it up here. The glass is for the AFK fish farm. Hopefully, it works a little bit. It's a little more touchy. The AFK fish farms are a little more. You have to be more exact with where you place your lure. Your cursor when you go to cast your fish. Your fishing rod. Sorry. But then the ladder with a straight hole going down is so much easier. This is all cobblestone because I'm not an idiot, and I mine 2x2. I mine a 2x1 hole to go down. That way, in case there's a cave, I don't fall down, or there's lava or whatever. But then I just fill this back in, because I'm a weirdo. You guys have seen. If you've watched any of my previous videos, I have this down here just for funsies and the crafting table in case I need more pickaxes. But then strip mines, y'all have seen these. I've been down here quite a bit on camera, and the lack of diamonds is astonishing to me in this area. What biome are we in right now? We're in a wooded hills biome, right? I found a couple emeralds, actually. I don't know how many. I have like 3 or 4 emeralds, maybe like 2 or 3, somewhere around there. Emeralds that I found while strip mining, and I'm like, oh, well, emeralds are found in extreme hills biomes, right? You'd think that's where they're gonna be, is extreme hills biomes, and I'm like, okay, well, apparently I'm not even in an extreme hills biome, so that's interesting. You can never have too much iron, guys. Always remember that. Always remember that. Iron and coal, you can always never have too much, especially with a Fortune 3 pickaxe. The coal, power you for days. Power you for days. So I don't necessarily like to make a priority of getting every single thing. I don't have diamond gear, right? So I didn't spend 4, 5, 6 hours trying to just mine for diamonds. I spend a little bit here or there, 20, 30 minutes at a time. So because that's not necessarily too important. And I mean, you guys saw a few episodes ago, I just got this sword. So I've been using, I made a whole bunch of cobblestone pickaxes, or not pickaxes, just regular axes for chopping all those trees down, because I'm a thrifty guy. I'm not going to waste iron on that. Cobblestone is so much cheaper. But I was just using those because those have 9 attack damage. This only has 7, right? I mean, it's a slower attack, right? With the new, I guess new-ish. It's not really new anymore, but the attack, the way that damage is being done. You know, it's got the cooldown. But if you get one good jump crit hit on a mob with an axe, it's better actually than, you know, if that will one shot the mob, it's actually better to do that than actually have a sword, right? Just a little knowledge. And that's not even really, like, I didn't even research that, so don't take that for heart. But that's just in my experience. But you can also see I don't have a shovel, right? I don't see a reason to have a shovel at this point. Gravel is easy enough to just mine with your hand, because I'm not trying to get it in large quantities. But I do believe a few episodes ago I got some diamonds right here, but then, you know, haven't been able to find any since, right? So I don't necessarily have enough to even make a full set of gear. But at this point, I'm just having fun here playing. You know, you guys are enjoying the content, and that's what and that makes me happy. So back up the mine we go, and I think we're gonna end this video shortly here. Just a quick base tour. You know, the next video we're gonna get on a probably building some more in the cave base in there. I'll try to spare you guys from all of the tedious tasks of, you know, farming those and breeding them and mining, you know. But I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy my skin here. It's actually not a skin for me, but if anybody understands or knows who this is, then you guys get extra bonus points. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.